What is good, YouTube? It is just a couple of minutes after 4 in the afternoon. I completed my fast at 2, 36-hour fast. I couldn't make a video at the time, something else was going on, but I did have a meal to break the fast. I took a short video of the meal. It was basically bone broth, bone broth with some vegetable plus a tomato and onion salad. I just forgot what it's called, but there's a name for it. Now I posted the short video, the link to the short video in the description or the comments. So 31st, the 36 fast is complete. How do I feel? Definitely, there's a change. I don't know. Um, on the last video that I posted yesterday, I was mentioning, mental clarity. Not really mental clarity, but an improved mentality, if I can put it that way. I don't know how to explain it, but loosely speaking, if depression is sort of a feeling, or there's things that need to be present for depression to be there, loosely speaking, now, there was definitely lesser of those things in my mind. I just can't find the way to explain it, but there was a sense of calm, calmness. My the use of gym to somewhat balance me out, it was not as apparent during that fast, or I could calm my mind without needing to go to the gym. Let me put it that way. That is one of the things that I sort of, I mentioned yesterday, which I still feel somewhat the same now. But since I have had a meal, had a couple of snacks, now I must go to the gym. But I'm going to the gym, but that need, or that hunger, or that I need to go to the gym to sort of stay afloat, it's not as much. I think, if I'm not mistaken, this is gonna be my first gym session this year. So I think that's one of the benefits that I've sort of, or one of the things that I felt during, the fast. Um, I'm thinking, because the body was not that shocked, other than the hunger. As in my research that I've done, I remember reading that, which it sort of was a reminder, because it definitely made sense, that our ancestors, they always fasted, because they had to hunt and eat. So meaning now that those times where hunting was not possible, or where the crops were not ready to be consumed, they were fasting. So meaning now, the way I understood that reading is that biologically our body are used to fasting. So this feeling of being full all the time, or eating all the time, it's we don't need to be in that state all the time. That was one of the things that I picked up. because before I did this 36-hour fast, normally on normal days, I would, eat maybe my last meal, maybe at midnight, and then only eat my next meal, lunch the following day, which is after midday or around that time. Meaning now that's about 12 hours of fasting. That's just on a normal day. So now this 36-hour, because mind you, my 24-hour mark was 2 o'clock in the morning yesterday or this morning. And then I went to bed around 3 o'clock. And then I was asleep for until about 8 o'clock. So now, meaning now that when I woke up, I was over 30 hours of no food or no solid food because I was drinking. But when I woke up, there was no, like I'm dying, I need energy, or oh, I can't move. There was none of that. I felt normal. I felt like it was a normal day. Like, because as I said, I don't really eat in the morning most of the times. I eat late in the day. So there was no feeling of, oh, I'm starving or I can't move. There was none of that. But I must say, during this fasting, it wasn't like really, really challenging. But if I can put a timestamp on, time where I felt like, okay, this is challenging, but not too challenging that I wanted to give up, but where I felt that, okay, it does need a little bit of, mental toughness, was around like from 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock in the evening, which was there was around the 20th hour. I think that was somewhat a challenging part. But all in all, it felt normal. I could, do whatever I need to do. I don't think if I had to fast, it would stop me from going to the gym. I don't think so. Um, Sleep. It's an interesting one, I feel, because yesterday I went to bed around 3 o'clock. Okay, just before 3 o'clock, and then I slept for 5 hours. I was awake around 8, and normally when I do that during the day, I need to take a nap. But no, I don't feel like I need to take a nap. So perhaps there's something there. I don't know. I'm gonna monitor myself to see if maybe there's a crash somewhere, or but I really feel, the 8 hours, because I normally sleep, not really 8 hours, I normally sleep between 6.5 and 7 hours. That is my normal hours that I sleep, and I feel, decent with the sleep. But yesterday I slept 5 hours. I did not feel like I needed to take a nap during the day, and I still feel awake. I don't feel like the body is saying, hey, you owe us, or anything along those lines. So that is another interesting one that I'm gonna monitor. Or if someone else has, done the fast, maybe they can just pop it in the chat or drop it in the comment if there was, like a I don't know how to put it. I'm struggling to put it, but a, a sort of, your body could run with less sleep, an hour or whatever. Just someone let me know if there was any change in your sleep. But as I said, I do not know. Maybe it's still coming. The feeling of, hey, you slept only 5 hours. You owe us. From the body. So that was the one thing I wanted to mention. Um, I made notes. I made notes. Sleep. Yeah, as I said, the energy, it was a bit low, but nothing that interrupted. It wasn't low that I had to lay down for the whole day. I still did whatever I had to do, chores and errands and all of that. As I said, I feel that if I would ever have to fast again, I would still go to the gym. Just that today, I already scheduled my gym for, after the fast. You know, I'm thinking going forward of doing a 24-hour fast regularly, because it could be placebo effect, but mental, I don't want to say sharpness, but the I wanted to, to do work for longer. I didn't need a lot of rest times when I was doing, my work. I have an office job, so I didn't need a lot of rest, or, you know, I was not getting fatigued quickly with, the normal office work, emails, drafting, all of that. So I felt that, there's definitely some benefit from the fast when it's come to being able to execute. I think one of the one in my research, someone did say that you reach a stage where, like, mentally, like, your focus, your drive when it comes to your work, it really improves. Definitely, excuse me, I can definitely attest to that. So that's why I'm thinking going forward to fast for 24 hours regularly, just to take advantage of that, because not every day you are motivated to do work that requires you to sit down and stare at the screen and reply to email, make calls, drafts, read, and all of that. Not every day we have that energy. So yeah, that's that. 36 hour fast complete. Think of doing 24 hours regularly. um am I think of doing a longer than 36 hours? I'm not sure. But I'll definitely have a look at it if there's benefits that I feel that I need, because the aim for this 36-hour fast was just to give my gut a break, to take advantage of that, uh, getting rid of the dead cells. There's a term for it, just forgot, but there's a process when you fast where your body gets rid of all the dead cells in your body, which, if you don't fast, your body just keeps them, and then that is somehow harmful. So one of the benefits, and also the organs, there's also benefits to the organs where you're forcing them to run on ketones, or to run on energy that is produced by the body. Um, there was, I think, water weight that was lost, but I was not doing it for the weight. But I did weigh myself before I ate. My current weight is about 86, 87. I'm also gonna put the link to that short video in the description. But I did not weigh myself before then, but during December, or during the season, how I was, very free in what I was eating. So possibly when I started the fast, I could have weighed maybe 90 something kilograms. So possibly maybe 3 kilograms I lost during the fast, but that was not the goal, because I remember also in my research, somebody did lose about 4 to 5 kilograms just from the fast. So I think if you're trying to lose weight, I think that's a tool that you must implement, but it's definitely doable. Um, I had a cup of coffee around, I think around 11 or 12. So about 4 hours before. So around maybe 32nd hour of the fast. But I felt I didn't need it. So I think it's possible to just do a fast, just water, even if doing for the first time, with a sprinkle, with a pinch of salt here and there. So yeah, that's that. So thank you for watching. Subscribe to all the nice things and have a good one.